Yes, that's right, you. And I'm going to explain why. So, a couple weeks ago, Rockstar said that on August 27th, they'd partner with Netflix to do a first look at GTA 6. So, things like gameplay, things like previews, things like, all of that type of stuff. But the thing is, you do need a Netflix account to actually watch it a bit earlier because later in the day, about 5 or 6 hours later, they'd upload it on YouTube. And a lot of people online are defending it. And I've been seeing this kind of behavior in the gaming industry over the course of how many years I've been alive. So what I wanted to talk about was more or less why people are defending this corporate overreach. But essentially, it just boils down to this. Gamers are the reason corporations get away with anti-consumer practices. There's this concept called learned helplessness, where whenever you have situations that are traumatic or horrible or bad, and they happen over and over and over again, you can't change them. That's basically what learned helplessness is. You essentially try to stop changing it because, again, it's out of your control. So, why bother, right? I've seen that a lot in a lot of gaming discourse under the guise of, it's just. Those three little words. It's just this. It's only 6 hours. It's going to be on YouTube 6 hours later. It's just a trailer. Who cares? That basic thing is just kind of setting the goalposts in different ways, farther and farther and farther away. Like, bro, there's been horse armor in Oblivion, as you know, and then the whole loot box thing in Overwatch and Call of Duty. And now today we have the whole shift to digital from physical media, and now the Netflix trailer. So why is this bad? I call this concept corporate creeping barrage. Now, a creeping barrage is essentially like people would just shell certain trench positions, and then they'd have infantry kind of walk behind the barrage until they reach the trench, and then they start attacking anyone who wasn't bombed to shit. Corporations are essentially basically doing that, but without the death. Just more of your money. The Netflix trailer itself isn't a bad thing. Itself isn't bad because Rockstar isn't forcing you to watch. What the issue is the corporate overreach that is slowly poisoning the industry to the point where you can't take it anymore, but you didn't know what happened. This kind of corporate creeping barrage is so minute. It's kind of small enough that when an average consumer looks at it, it's like, it's just whatever. That's where the it's just argument comes in. The idea that it's just $10 more than 70, or just get the 100. I mean, we all buying it anyway, am I right? Essentially, these issues and these changes that Take-Two and basically a lot of companies are doing, they don't really affect the consumer as much because it's not an actual thing right in front of their faces that's completely changing their lives. Very, very small. There's a whole physical game outrage thing, and now I don't see a lot of people talking about it. It's not really the main headlines, and I understand that on the internet, things come and go. They're not exactly there forever, and if they are, they're in very, very small spaces, or little smaller spaces than it is in mainstream. I understand that completely, but the fact that the issue of games can possibly be taken away from you, a product can be taken away from the consumer, has just been wiped or not talked about in consumers' minds. That's what's getting me. That's what's annoying me. Besides learned helplessness, there's also brand loyalty. That's a huge thing that I've seen in the market. I'm part of that problem of brand loyalty, especially to Rockstar. I think it goes without saying that just because something is popular or because something was good in the past doesn't mean you should outright trust every single thing that they put out. If I were to put out different kinds of sausage brands, Hot Links, there's goddamn Hungarian sausages, and you're like, this is pretty good. The Hungarian sausage, it's fires, shit. And then, suddenly I come out with the death sausage, the poison sausage, the cyanide sausage. You're like, this guy made a great Hungarian sausage in the past. Why don't I just dip in the poison sausage? It's not gonna kill me or anything. I mean, okay, that's an extreme, but you get what I mean. You can't just blindly trust every corporation that makes a game or makes a brand new game just because in the past they made something good. The biggest example I can think of this is Call of Duty. I used to be a big Call of Duty fan back in the day. I started with Black Ops 1, and then I went to COD 4, and then I went back. And now today we have Modern Warfare 4 coming out in October, and just because they went back to the whole gritty, muted color uniforms and shit, suddenly everyone's like, Call of Duty's so back now, oh my god, it's crazy, as if they haven't been 2-3 years in the shitter with the worst fucking games possible. Well, if not for Call of Duty, then maybe shit like 2K, maybe shit like FIFA, all of those games that keep re-releasing the same shit every year, and it's the same goddamn game, yet people still buy it. It's still profitable to these companies, because again, it all boils down to brand loyalty. You're stuck with the brand, even though they've done horrible shit. They produce the exact same thing, or even if it's just the same bait and switch thing again just to get your money, you're still loyal to that same girl. Suddenly, they changed. They had a good change of heart, and now they're gonna produce games that we actually want to see and stuff like that. The comments on the reveal trailer of the game were completely idiotic, but the fact they stayed is brand loyalty. They're still sticking around, even though they've been shat on so many times more than a goddamn German poop fetish. The hype for GTA 6 obviously has been astronomical. I think over billions of dollars have been spent on the pre-orders already. And yes, Rockstar has made great games in the past. Rockstar's made San Andreas, basically the entire GTA, Max Payne, Red Dead Redemption, Rockstar Tennis, which is the best Rockstar game in existence. But just because they made great games in the past doesn't excuse what they're currently doing. They're basically testing the waters and slowly poisoning said waters, little by little, until you're completely comfortable with drinking cyanide for breakfast. I mean, let's look at, the recent game, Assassin's Creed 4 Racing. If Ubisoft locked a goddamn Assassin's Creed trailer behind Hulu, everyone would shit on the game. Everyone shit on the game, everyone would shit on the company, everyone would shit on shit. Rioting outside of Ubisoft Montreal or whatever that place is. Oh, but because it's Rockstar, because we can trust their judgment because they made GTA 5 and GTA 4 or GTA 3, whatever the fuck, suddenly it's okay. It's okay that they're like discontinuing physical media. It's okay that they're charging an extra $10 already on an over fucking charged video game that's $70. How much more fucking shit can you take before you're absolutely swamped with anti-consumer nonsense to be like, this isn't so great. Maybe I should really do something about it. Okay, look, obviously, when you're excited for a game, when you're excited for something because of a track record, that's fine. I understand that. Like, personally, for me, I'm excited. Again, I'm going to be buying GTA 6. I'll explain that all later. There has to be some kind of line drawn between things like that. There's a whole different kind of line of boundaries between a consumer and a game publisher, game developer. Which brings me to my last point. You. Now, obviously, when I said you, this doesn't mean you. I'm talking about we, us, me, you, him, her, that guy standing over there. It's generally people who go online and start defending shit, start defending people and saying, calm the fuck down, you idiot. It's only 6 hours and you can watch it. What's a big deal? Everyone's got a Netflix account. If you don't have a Netflix account, what even are you? Are you some kind of poor? Every time Rockstar does something that's so like differently bad, everyone's like, what? You know what? It's fucking just, to chill the fuck out, home dog. Now look, I'm not trying to put myself on a pedestal. I'm not saying that I'm any better than everyone else just for realizing this. And I'm still part of the problem. I'm definitely part of the problem. Because I have a Netflix account, I will be watching the trailer, I will be buying GTA 6 in November, and I will be making content about it. It's just that I'm choosing not to turn a blind eye to basic malpractice. There's a huge difference between participating in a system just because you're a fan of a game that's coming out versus standing shoulder to shoulder in the trenches, rifle in hand, against the developers, being like, you need to shut your fucking mouth, you stupid fuck. It's not, to start a revolution in the gaming industry, waving flags, holding guns, and shooting people. Obviously, that's not going to happen. And I'm also not asking to boycott GTA 6. 1, because I don't want to, and 2, because that's physically impossible. You can't boycott the most anticipated game ever. What I'm trying to ask for is self-awareness. Self-awareness in what you're saying and what the reality of the situation is. Of course, you don't have a problem with it now because 1, it's just a trailer, and 2, it's not directly affecting you because you have a Netflix account, or it's only a few bucks or some shit like that, or it's going to be out a couple hours later. It's not affecting you now. Of course it's not going to affect you now. It's affecting pretty much no one except people who don't have a Netflix account. More people should be aware of their lack of foresight online and how people aren't seeing where this is going. And you could say, oh, well, foresight is completely useless. Rockstar's not going to do any of that shit. Well, I thought Rockstar was going to keep it at $70 and then $100 the Ultimate Edition. And then when it came out, it was $80. And then when it was digital, I was like, oh shit, they're doing digital now. And I wasn't even expecting that we're going to release a trailer on fucking Netflix, of all places. Stop marketing for corporations. They don't need your help. They never asked for your help. What they need is your money. It's not the fact that that the trailer's totally paywalled and that's it, everyone goes home. That's not what people are complaining about. It's the precedent. It's the principle. It's the foresight of seeing what's going to happen in the future. When Rockstar pulls out analytics showing how many people subscribed to Netflix, how many people viewed the trailer, how many people saw the extended preview, that's basically a dog whistle for every other company around the world to be like, oh shit, maybe we should do something like that. And guaranteed, they're not going to do as great as Rockstar, obviously. But again, Rockstar is setting a precedent for shit. The trailer itself isn't bad because, again, they gave an avenue. They gave a nice little avenue for this mild inconvenience. 6 hours later, there's going to be a trailer on YouTube. Again, that's not the problem. The problem is the fucking principle of locking a trailer initially behind a Netflix subscription. And then what else? What the fuck's gonna happen next? If Rockstar is allowed to do things like this, if Take-Two is allowed to lock a trailer behind Netflix account initially, what else do you think they're gonna try and do next? It isn't some kind of conspiracy thing to say the corporations are testing the waters to see what you'll react to, what you'll like, what you'll dislike, and then work around it. Or just introduce it as is and then force you to like it by just saying that's how it is. Let them keep doing more and more stuff locked behind a paywall, and then just have it later on, have a little avenue for you to say, oh, well, that wasn't so bad. Then they're just gonna keep doing it until you're not satisfied. But by the time you're not satisfied, no one has been satisfied for years. So that's pretty much it. That's all I wanted to say, is just have some foresight, have the sense of self-awareness to look at where the trajectory of the gaming industry, where your future is going. What they're doing now will affect the future. I just really wanted to make this like out there because I'm so tired of seeing people not rebut against people online, people talking about how the trailer is the best thing ever and that you're just being a crybaby when they're not clearly seeing the blatant fucking overreach that's going to happen more and more and more as the marketing campaign goes along.
Anyway, that's it. See ya.